Hello guys, today we're gonna review 20 Minutes Till Dawn. Released in Steam Early Access in the year, 20 Minutes Till Dawn's mobile releases has much to offer. A pixel art action roguelike, the game is somewhat reminiscent of Punkless Vampire Survivor while still doing enough to set itself apart. Players can download premium or ad-supported version of 20 Minutes Till Dawn so both offer a tensely satisfying survival experience. Playing at Rabbit Studios 20 Minutes Till Dawn tasks players with surviving 20 minutes until dawn. Players take control of one of 10 unlockable characters as they survive alone against an infinity horde of Lovecraftian horrors. While the first few enemies are few, slow and individually weak, it's not long before the trickle becomes a flood. New and increasingly dangerous enemies join the fray as dawn approaches, keeping the player on their toes. The art style is simply primarily grayscale pixel art with red highlight on the player character and some enemy sprites, still it fits the game's mood and the enemy design very visually distinct. 20 Minutes Till Dawn's basic gameplay is relatively straightforward. Players control their character with a virtual joystick on the left side of the screen and shoot by pressing on the right. Your gun will automatically lock on the nearest enemy or you can free aim with your right thumb. The latter is a bit hard to control and isn't unusually necessary. However, there are times when it's helpful to single out an individual enemy. Players level up and unlock new talents by collecting the experience points dropped by dead enemies. These diverse abilities include improved fire rate and damage, shields, and summonable allies. Specific talents also combine into advanced talents. For example, buying Holy Shield and Smite lets players unlock an advanced talent called Sword and Shield. This increases the shield's recharge rate based on the number of enemies the player kills with Smite. All talents are passive or automatically activate when meeting certain conditions. Smite, for example, is a one OOE attacks that activates automatically whenever players empty their clip. Players can also spend points to unlock new character, weapons and runes between runes. The latter are upgrades which 20 Minutes Till Dawn split into sword and shield runes. As the name implies, sword runner are attacks and offensive buffs. Examples include things such as increased bullet damage or creating a shockwave whenever you reload. Shield rune offers things like adding invisibility frames or health regeneration. The game further divides each category into your unlockable ranks and players can equip one shield and sword rune for each. Each character also has a unique passive ability and 3 exclusive talents. For example, while there are several talent chains players choose between a random assortment at every level. However, the starting character Shanna can reroll her upgrade choice at each level. Meanwhile, her exclusive talents include Excision, which lets player recover her lost halo for massive combat bonuses. My favorite character was the Pyromancer Scarlet. She has least health than most other characters but release a wave of fire after every third shot. Her exclusive talents focus on buffing her burn effect, and her power synchronizes well with many of the game's rune and talents. 20 Minutes Till Dawn doesn't have a story to speak of, but the game doesn't need one. While the gameplay is simply, it seems challenging and rarely feels unfair. Your first run likely won't last long. However, you'll find yourself doing a little better every time as you get a new weapon and runes. Once you finally survive the night, you can play again at increased difficulty. It also pleasantly surprised to see what new character and weapons change things up, but don't make older ones absolute. I frequently found myself coming back to the starting revolver even after unlocking newer weapons. As for whether to download the paid or an ad-supported version, there isn't too much difference between the two. The ad-supported version is easier to finish since you can watch ads to revive yourself when you die. It also lets you watch an advertisement in exchange for an extra upgrade at the start of your run. However, you also need to watch several ads to unlock the alternate ruins map. Meanwhile, premium players get the full game for only this removes some of the build by feel aspect. It makes the gunplay key component for the early 20 minutes till down run. Do you need a faster reload or would you rather beef up your bullet damage? Maybe Spirit is better for the double barrel shotgun, or you'd rather just augment its damage with the elemental effect, or forego all of that for a summon based build, letting your pets to do all the work for you. Options are easy to read and have a pretty simple tree of one base upgrade, 2 tier 2 option, and then a final one that brings it all together. Thank you for watching guys, see you, goodbye.